times do you go through the drive-thru and you have to order a breakfast sandwich, or you have to order a box of Timbits, or maybe it's a donut or some sort of a snack? And one of the secrets really to succeeding with all this is to get out of the habits that have gotten you to this position in the first place. So instead of going through the drive-thru and automatically having the same snack that you always have, perhaps you have to break up this habit loop, because at this point it just becomes second nature, and maybe you just are giving yourself an excuse to go to the drive-thru to get a coffee, but really what you want is this snack, and it's almost like a way to give yourself the permission to do so. What my suggestion would be is to go to a different drive-thru. Break this habit, and instead of ordering the snack with the coffee, just have the coffee. Just have the drink, because this is unnecessary calories, and these are calories that you don't recall when you get home and when you're tracking sometimes, because it's like it was so non-involved. Like you weren't even thinking about it. You grab your coffee, you have this, smash this muffin right before you probably even got out of the drive-thru, before you pulled back into the road, and you're going on with your day, and you got a little bit of maybe of a rush or whatever it is, but in the end, you didn't even recognize you had it, and you didn't even need it. It was more likely, more than anything, a habit. So how do you break this habit? I think you go to a different drive-thru, different scenario, different that you just, and decide have a coffee, and maybe it's a certain coffee that you don't normally get, and that's your new coffee. Maybe it's simple as that. Maybe you might need to have the exact change it takes to have one coffee, and that's it. And then grab your wallet and put it in your trunk. That way, when you pull up to the drive-thru, you can't even physically order something else. And you're gonna say, like, Mauro, I have Apple Pay, I have this, that, the other. Maybe you need to make it less convenient for yourself to buy these things. That's just an aside. Let's say you're going to the drive-thru, have the exact change it takes to get that coffee and nothing else. Maybe it's going to a different drive-thru. Maybe it's going to a different type of drive. Maybe if it's Tim Hortons, you go to Starbucks. Maybe if it's Starbucks, you go to Tim Hortons, or Country Style, or Coffee Time, or all these other, maybe even McDonald's, just to have a different routine, because you're going to break that habit loop. But the whole point is this: you're having unnecessary calories because you're just used to it. You feel like you have to order something when you have your coffee, and you really don't. And if you're interested in breaking these habits and things like this, there's a book called The Habit Loop. I don't want to misquote the author. I'm pretty sure it's Charles Duhigg, but that will give you some great insight on how he broke his lunchtime or post-lunchtime muffin addiction, as he called it, or cookie addiction. All that to say is that you want to break this loop. Instead of always going to have these unnecessary calories in all instances of your life, I'm just using the drive-thru as an example. You're trying to break that habit. You're trying to make things a little bit more difficult for you to continue that habit, and you're trying to get into a new scenario if possible, because these are the tactics that add up down the road to support you in getting to your goal.